All right, ladies and gents, Black Friday. I'm gonna give you a bit of a marketing lesson, history lesson about Black Friday, what we do and what we've done traditionally in the past and what we might do going forward, and let you kind of behind the scenes know what happens, what brands do, why they discount stuff, what happens in the lead up to Black Friday and stuff like that. I want to give you guys all the information to make better decisions, better choices with the money that you have. Black Friday, you probably remember, it's a tradition in America because it's the day after Thanksgiving. And they all go absolutely bananas, or used to go absolutely bananas in America. We've all seen the viral videos from maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. People rushing into Walmarts and places like that, fighting old women to get the best new telly that's been discounted from £1,000 to £500 and stuff like that. Over time, what's happened is countries like the UK and places in Europe kind of adopt trends, things like that. A lot of it started with Amazon, I think, in terms of, bringing over Black Friday, what is traditionally an American consumer holiday, over to the UK as a way for companies and brands to get a bit of buzz, have something to aim towards in Q4, quarter four. So what that looked like as kind of digital technology took over and online shopping took over is more and more people getting involved, because it's very easy to set up a sale on your website and say you're doing something for Black Friday. Over time, these deals, setups, things got more and more complicated, and there's a couple of options and a couple of things that brands do which I'm going to talk you through so that you understand kind of what's happening when you think you're buying something for quite cheap on Black Friday. Oftentimes, sometimes the case is it's not very cheap actually. The first thing that companies do, and we're not picking on anyone in particular here, but I know of companies that have done things like this before and have done this particular strategy before, is throughout October they hike the prices up slightly of all of their items. So what might be, say, £30 in July, actually come October, September time is maybe like £35 or £37. So that by the time it comes to Black Friday, November 22nd, around that time that it is this year anyway, they can go, look, this thing was £37, now it's £28. So it still might be £2 cheaper than it was in July, but it's actually, they make it seem like it's maybe £7, £8 or £9 cheaper because of Black Friday. But in actual fact, they've just hiked the price previous to that, so that the damage limitations actually go up. So you think you're getting a bargain, but actually if you bought it in March, then it wouldn't have cost you much more than that anyway. So you're not getting a whole lot of a bargain. I think a lot of people got savvy to that, a lot of people got wise to it, so that perhaps you might see less of that, but it's still around. If you could, I'd rewind the internet for anything that you're thinking about buying on Black Friday and go back and have a look at what the prices may have been. You might be able to check on social media, see what the prices were before you make that decision to buy, see if you're getting ripped off in inverted commas. The other thing that happens, and this is probably the main thing and strategy that I wanted to talk to you about today, is that brands and businesses, especially digital ones, look at something called the average customer lifetime value. What that means is how much that customer is worth to that business for the entire lifespan of that customer being involved in that business. In simpler terms, that means that they look at, probably through the digital store, and you can pull this data quite easily if you have an online store, is how long your average customer will stay with you. So generally, from first purchase to last purchase, how long that customer might stay with you. Could be a year, could be 2 years, could be 7 years, could be 2 months, could just be one purchase. They'll take that data for all of the customers. So there they've got the length. So let's say the average is 2 years. And then they'll look at how much every customer spends with them, averaging, one person that might have just bought one item, which is £30. And then they might look at repeat purchases. Somebody might buy from a business 15 times over their lifespan of the business. So they could be worth a couple of £1,000 maybe, depending on how big their order is, what they buy. They average all of that, and what you get from that is the average lifetime customer value. So you have your customer, your imaginary customer, which is your average customer. So you might think, okay, my average customer is with me for 18 months. Over 18 months, my average customer, this magical person that doesn't exist, spends £500 with me. So, okay, every single customer acquisition that I have, the average worth of that customer is £500. And then they go, okay, so that's my average lifetime customer value. What can I do with that data? What can I do with that information? Well, again, smarter businesses will look at that and go, okay, well, we know our average profit margin per customer is about 30%. So 30% of that £500, fucking hell, I'm trying to do maths on the spot. 30% of 500 is £150. So they go, okay, well, out of every single customer, I get £150 profit. Can I take a hit on that? Yeah, probably. They know what their overheads are. That's probably factored into that costing of pure profit. So they go, yeah, can I lose a bit of that? Okay, yeah. So come Black Friday, if I know that my average lifetime customer value is £500 and I get £150 profit on that, that means I've got £150 hypothetically to spend on acquiring a new customer. And on a new customer, I might be willing to spend £30, so I still get £120 profit. So then they go, okay, well, Black Friday, I'm going to discount a load of items and I'm going to spend a load of money on Google ads and Instagram ads and creative and all that. And they'll divide that £30 per customer up into those things. So they might go, I'm willing to spend £5 per customer acquisition, whether that's discount, £5 on Instagram ads, £5 on Google ads, £5 on content creation, and then £5 average discount off the item, maybe £10 to square it all up and all that. So then they go, okay, we can discount loads of stuff, and different products come in at different prices from the manufacturers, so different products can get discounted more heavily because they know that once they get you in their ecosystem, the average customer will be there for 18 months and they might spend £500. So you might only spend £40 with them, £30, £20, £10 on Black Friday. It might be a fucking rash guard that's got a mega sale on a website for £10. I'm speaking in Jiu Jitsu terms because that's our current world. So you got, fuck me, £10 for a rash guard, absolute bargain. You spend your £10 on a rash guard. Great, I've got my rash guard, it cost me £10. You might even get some other bits while you're there. It still works out with a bargain because fucking hell, I've just saved £35. I've just saved £25 off a rash guard because it's normally 35 quid and I got it for 10. So I'm going to buy a t-shirt as well. They might have better profit margins on the t-shirts. I imagine they do because t-shirts are cheaper to manufacture and print and stuff like that. Even if you just get your £10 rash guard and you're happy, that goes home, great, fantastic. You wear it to the gym. Everybody sees you've got that company's rash guard on. Great, free marketing. You take a photo, you post it on social media, look at this rash guard I got for £10, tag the company, free marketing. So they're already getting the money back off you. It's not a bad thing, it's not, I'm not against it, I'm just letting you know what happened. All of a sudden, because you've ordered from them, you need to give them an email address and maybe your phone number for tracking, because you want to know when your delivery is coming, so you get that tracking information. By giving them that to allow the company to get in touch with you through tracking, you're now in their ecosystem of SMS and email marketing. Email marketing is fantastic and underutilized by smaller brands, I think, in terms of getting customers, connecting with your customers and stuff like that. All of a sudden, every 2 weeks, you're getting emails from Progress. You read a couple of them, you ignore them. All of a sudden, there's another sale on. It's not a Black Friday sale, it's a January sale. Oh, I'm going to get a rash guard for 25 quid this time. Great, fantastic. 6 months down the line, you're getting peppered by emails from them. You just delete them, you don't unsubscribe, because it's rare that people go through the effort to unsubscribe from an email. And your rash guards are a bit worn. You need a new rash guard. Oh, Progress have got a new rash guard. Ooh, Company X have got a new rash guard coming out and it's full price, and then you buy it in July. Got your new rash guard, you like your company because you've already got 2 rash guards from super cheap, okay? So you're happy with the quality, you like the style, blah, blah, blah. Then you start paying full price. They've got tracksuits coming out, they've got hoodies coming out, all kinds of cool shit. So you are in their ecosystem. So you think you're getting the deal Black Friday, what the brand is getting in return, and you are getting a deal in terms of cash money right there and then. What the company is getting back from you long term is probably worth more. So that's why a lot of things are discounted quite heavily on Black Friday that aren't normally discounted. A lot of companies will also do loss leaders on those products, so they might even go, you know what, I'm willing to lose up to 10% profit on that because I know that further down the line. So I want to discount product X absolutely massively because I know that I can get this back further down the line. Because we have a marketing ecosystem, we know how to get customers and how to generate sales. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. We utilize things like email marketing and all kinds of other shit. But that's what customers do. So if you think you're getting a bargain on Black Friday, you often aren't because you're opting into their ecosystem. There is sometimes a way that Black Friday works for the consumer. person buying the stuff, that's you. And often that is if you need something new anyway. So say your TV broke a month ago, you need a new TV, you've got a spare, you're watching something on a tiny little monitor. You go, Black Friday's coming up, I need a new TV anyway. I'm already a customer at Curry's or wherever. So I'm just gonna hang on till the Black Friday sale and get a decent deal. Great, if you're already in the market for something and you already want something, Black Friday can work in your favor. They'll do the same things, email marketing and all that kind of shit, but it's rare that you click on an email for a new electrical appliance that you don't really need and you buy it. And if you do, then you're a fool anyway, so you deserve to lose your money. But, so Black Friday can work. The third thing that businesses do, and I think this is a bit more transparent now and people are a bit more aware of it, is discount stuff that they were going to discount anyway. So they go, oh my God, fucking massive Black Friday sale. Cool, I can buy this vest that I was going to buy like 2 summers ago that they've got stock in, and it's the small and a double XL left in stock, you know what I mean? All the stock that they want to get rid of anyway, just dead stock it's called. That's just taking up space in a warehouse somewhere that oftentimes you get costed for, and it might be costing you money because it's all sat in boxes and you want to replace that with new stock that you can make more money on. So they'll discount all the lines, all the products, stuff that you don't really want anyway, old lines, and you might get a load of clothes for quite cheap, or sports gear or whatever it is. Last year's range, they'll heavily discount. So you think you're getting a bargain, you're actually just clearing up somebody else's warehouse space and paying for a load of time. If you like it and you want it anyway and you don't give a shit about lines, you know, then fine, take that approach. I've got no qualms with that at all. Go for it. But oftentimes you think you're getting a bargain, actually some places just want to clear out stock. Again, totally fine. Why am I telling you all this? Because we, the team, have worked in marketing, consumerism, advertising for such a long time. We might see things behind the scenes and understand why companies and businesses are doing certain things, and the consumer might not be aware of that and might not know. So it's nice to let you all in on that and let you know what's going on, so that when you come to buy something on Black Friday, you can make an informed decision. So when I first started Reap, I have the pleasure with Reap of being able to do whatever I want. I'm not beholden to shareholders. I can just make oftentimes bad decisions, good decisions, things that align more with our ethics in terms of making money for the brand. The first Black Friday that we were at a size where we had to make a decision. We didn't have to make a decision, you can just do nothing and go like, what are we doing on Black Friday? I knew all these tricks and all these things that happen in businesses, but I just decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. We actually closed the website for the day and just said, look, if you want to buy something on Black Friday, you can't buy it from us. We'd rather not be involved in that circus, because it is a circus, and gaining traction on things like social media when everyone's just throwing sales here, 20% off this, 20% off that. It's hard to gain traction when everyone's doing it, and also just kind of not what we're about. We price everything accordingly to, obviously we have some profit margins and all things so that we can continue to run as a business, and it's not a bad thing to run a successful business. But we don't price things at a spike earlier in the year so that we're able to lower them for Black Friday. We want to give people good value all year round, and we can do that because we don't do Black Friday sales, so we shut down the website. And the next year we did the same, but we shut down our website, and we actually thought, let's put our money where our mouth is, and we gave a donation to a company called the Trussell Trust, who in the UK look after food banks, feeding people that can't afford to feed the families and stuff like that. So we thought that was a nice thing to do. The year after that, last year, we shut down our website, donated to the Trussell Trust, and I also spent a day volunteering at a food bank. I am a fortunate person. I've had a nice upbringing. It wasn't easy, it wasn't hard either. There's always been food on my plate. I've always been fortunate enough to have work and to have, you know, a cognizant brain that understands opportunities and can go out there and get work for myself. And I'm lucky and I work hard, but work hard, you know what I mean? I've been fortunate to be able to work hard. A lot of people aren't fortunate enough to work hard. So I wanted to see behind the curtain, and we did that last year. Spent a day working with the Trussell Trust and who are an amazing foundation with some lovely people, just helping out. I felt a bit like a spare part, but they were also very gracious and really grateful for my help and support. So that felt nice, and it felt a bit nice kind of doing that for people and not focusing on sales and packing orders and getting stock out and business, money. It was nice to just fucking do the opposite. This year, obviously, as you can see, there's been a pattern where we've almost, not topped but improved what we're offering each year for Black Friday. What's happened over the years is I've had some really nice feedback from companies that are involved in a similar space to us, that have a similar thing where they go, well, we offer good value year round and we can't afford to discount, we don't want a discount, we want you to buy our products and actually just enjoy them year round, not just on Black Friday. So this year I thought I'd get in touch with all those companies that gave us some nice feedback and said, hi, we're doing a Black Friday thing again that's very anti-Black Friday. Do you guys want to be involved? And a lot of them have said yes. We've not said we'll all do the same thing. I kind of said to them all, look, you've got your own brands, you have your own ethos and your own ways of doing things. What we do might not suit your guys and why you have your business, so do your own thing, but let's do it together and shout about it collectively. So I'm not going to name the brands yet because they'll probably want to do their own pieces where they go out and say, hi guys, this is what we're doing on Black Friday, but you'll see on Instagram because we're going to collaborate on a lot of posts and kind of say what different guys are doing across Black Friday, at least in the Jiu Jitsu and martial arts space. So that's really nice. I'd like to do the same thing again. I think what I might do instead of closing the website is mark up everything to like £1,000 and like the anti-Black Friday sale. And if anyone's silly enough to buy any of our gear for £1,000, we'll probably donate most of that to charity. Or you'll see me walking around with a new Rolex. But yeah, and I want to look at volunteering again and where we can have the most impact. I think what will be really nice is that the year after that, if you want to be involved, by the way, this is obviously going out before Black Friday, just drop us a DM, we can get you into the mix. And if you want to do something, but I know it's short notice, I know it's quite last minute, people might already have plans for Black Friday. The people that I did reach out to, don't feel left out if I didn't reach out to you, were just people that I knew that had already shared an interest in it. What I didn't want to do was invite brands, invite people that actually were like quite excited about doing a Black Friday sale and making a bit more money than they perhaps used to because they're a small brand and they've got a lot of dead stock and they want to get it out there. So I didn't want to put pressure on people. This is totally like an us thing. I'd just seen that I'd had nice messages off these companies before that had done something similar on other Black Fridays. So I didn't want to put anybody out or make them feel guilty for doing a Black Friday sale. It's your business, you can do what the fuck you want. I'm just letting you know what we do and how we feel about it. Next year, I think it would make sense that all the companies that are involved this year in doing their own thing is to let's do something together. So I might see if we can hold an absolutely fucking mega open mat or something to raise money for chosen charities across the UK or across the world or whatever. And then who knows, years after that we could involve international partners and they do their own open mats, anti-Black Friday open mats and all this, and start something with some massive impact there. You know, you could generate a lot of money for chosen charities that you might know, or that you know the money doesn't just go to shareholders and stuff like that. Because I know, you know, charity, for right or wrong, can sometimes have connotations towards it where you might go, okay, well, I'm going to give £1,000 to charity X, and actually you look online and you go, well, okay, only 5% of their donations. And I'm not saying this is every charity, it certainly isn't, and lots of people have been held accountable for this, but they might go, okay, only 10% of donations actually get to the people who need it. The rest goes to admin costs, you know what I mean, and salaries and things like that, which isn't a bad thing. People need jobs and people that work for charities tend to do it for a lot less. But if you don't agree with that, that's okay. We can choose charities that have transparency and that you know where the money is going to, and you know it's helping those people. So that's Black Friday. I hope you've had a bit of an education about how brands and businesses and customers might use your data and your money. And I hope we've managed to let you know a little bit more about what we do, why we exist, how we do things, and that we like to subvert things. What's becoming more and more obvious to me as I grow older is that sometimes voting doesn't do a lot. So you can only vote for a couple of people. Where you spend your money, where your pound goes or dollar, where your pound goes or your dollar is actually how you vote and how you can have a say in businesses thriving and surviving or dying. You know what I mean? And this is like an impossible thing to do, but if you spend all of your money in Tesco and your local butcher's closes and you're really sad about your local butcher closing, but you didn't spend any money there, then that you're kind of voting with your pound coin doing that. If you spend all your money on meat in the local butchers as opposed to Tesco will be all right for a long time. You know what I mean? Your local butchers might not be. That's a really weird example, but you get the idea. So yeah, think about where you're spending your money, think about who you're spending your money with. If you've got loads of money, you just want to fucking buy everything and fill your house full of tap, it's your life, do whatever you want. Yeah, this is Reap. don't look for a sale on Black Friday because we're not going to do one. We do have loads of cool shit on our website. Hope you like it, and I'll catch up with you soon.